Hey everybody, it's Chris over at Dixieland Farm, and let's go outside. More what Chris does at the farm here, and we've got a clinic going on, so besides Marissa teaching, there's also sometimes we have guest instructors come in, and so they're doing a clinic. So the farm is going to be busy all day. That doesn't matter though, because what I need to do is mow some of the pastures. So I am coming outside here, getting on the tractor. I've got my straw hat that I'll be putting on, and figured do a time lapse, and let's see what happens when I mow. Next thing we gotta do is fill the tractor with diesel. Can't hear you. Oh, I got these things, and that's why, of course. Well, it doesn't look like much, I would suppose. It's the goal is not to make this a golf course. The goal is to have the grass low enough for the horses to eat, because this is their food. And the cows' teeth are in the back, so they can eat long grass, but horses' teeth are in the front. If you poke your finger in the back of their mouth, there's nothing there. And that's how you get the bit in, as a matter of fact. You kind of poke back there and they'll open their mouth and you put the bit in. So they prefer short grass. So the shorter the grass, well, you know, to a point, the more likely they'll eat it. So once it's too tall, they're not going to eat it. And keeping it nice and short will encourage them to eat evenly, so they don't just make bald patches. And also, just, you know, for bugs, there's not an HD enough to show you the myriad of bugs that live in tall grass. And that's why I learned early on that you gotta mow with your mouth closed. Otherwise, you're getting a meal. So, you know, it does look better. And if it's not perfect, because I've got the rough cut mower on, and again, it's not a golf course, it's a pasture, and it's meant for food. So, if I had mowed lower, I probably would have had a finer cut. And if I had a finishing mower, I would have a beautiful cut. But again, that's not the goal here. The goal is to just have the pasture mowed, so that way we're not walking in high grass and getting ticks on us. Same thing with the horses, and for them to eat the grass that they prefer. So that's it from Dixieland Farm. I hope you enjoyed watching this, just a little bit of what I did. So how long did it take me? So this pasture is much... The camera will never show it quite right, but I probably did 1/3 of the pasture, and that took about an hour and a half. So that gives you a perspective. And this pasture is quite hilly. You may have noticed I went in some weird patterns. and that's because you can tip the tractor the way the hills are. So you've got to mow the best for the tractor. I did that on the gear speed, which I think is 1.5 miles per hour. The other two pastures are much flatter, and I can actually bump up the speed to 2.5 miles per hour, but they are larger. So that's it from Dixieland Farm. Thank you so much for watching. Take care, everybody.